All right, everybody, please quiet down. So, hello, first of all, Raiders. Today you're all in for a special treat. Miss Schulman, Casey Schulman's mom, is here to talk to you guys about Shine On Week, Casey, and the scholarship. So let's please give her our undivided attention and a warm welcome.
Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning. I am thrilled to be here and tell you all about this Casey Schulman Scholarship. So I thank you for inviting us. The Casey Schulman Scholarship is awarded only to Jeb Stuart students. It is a $20,000 scholarship. And the main criteria of this scholarship, it's a little different than other scholarships. A student is awarded this scholarship for showing unusual kindness to those around them. This can come across in many different forms. And I think we all realize when we're around someone who's extremely kind and helping us in some way that they really didn't have to go out of their way to help us. So why did we start this scholarship? Did any of you in here know Casey Schulman? All right, I see some hands. Her sister Allie went to Stewart also. Did any of you all know, do you know Allie? Okay, so a lot of you know Allie. Well, Casey, for those of you who didn't know Casey, she went to Jeb Stuart, graduated in 2009, and went on to UVA. And she was a senior at UVA, she studied abroad, and the last day of the trip, she went on a snorkeling trip, and she was killed. And obviously devastating to all of us. And I know that many of you here have gone through some extremely difficult times in your life. And you're all here, you're all doing well, and we try to figure out a way of what we want to do to keep this person with us, their spirit, their love, their generosity. And so we thought about what would we like to do as a family. My husband David, our daughter Allie, and I came together and figured, you know, what was really important to Casey? Casey really saw education as everybody's ticket to freedom. She was all about getting the best education she could get because she realized this was her ticket and everybody else's ticket to live the kind of life that they wanted to live. And she loved Jeb Stuart. She loved this amazing community of teachers. They helped her so much. She loved her friends here. So we wanted to start this scholarship to help a motivated student and a student who had a lot of Casey's characteristics. Mainly, we were concerned with someone who would share their gifts and go out into the world and truly make the world a better place. So, how did Shine On Week come about? Well, we wanted to do something to announce this new scholarship and celebrate the spirit that Jeb Stuart has already of its kindness, its community, helping each other. And we came up and we met with some Stuart kids, Stuart teachers, talked about Casey, talked about different things. And when Casey had her accident, a lot of her friends went out that night and they painted on a bridge in Charlottesville, which is where UVA is. And they painted a big sun and stars, and it said, "Shine On Casey." And so one Stuart kid said, "Why don't we call it Shine On Week?" And we were like, yeah, okay, great, that's what it is. And people came up with different ideas about how this was going to happen. And when Casey started this trip abroad, the first night of the trip, they gave everybody a big piece of paper. And they were supposed to write one word on it about how they were feeling. It could be excited, adventurous, homesick, whatever. And Casey wrote thankful. So she's got this big piece of paper with one word of thankful. She framed it and she put it above her bed for the entire semester. And I'll tell you, Casey was thankful. She realized all of the good things she had in her life, and she was also aware of what she didn't have, and she tried to master those or get better at those from help from others. She really did try to help those around her. So there are 3 parts to Shine On Week. The first part is, and you all can think about this, I'm going to give you a couple seconds, is to think about something that you are truly thankful for. So we're just going to be quiet, give you a couple seconds. When you thought of something, could be a great family, could be a great musician, could be anything, raise your hand. I'm not going to ask you for answers, just if there's anything you can think of you're thankful for, raise your hand. Okay, so everybody's got something. Okay, the second part of Shine On Week is there any skill or talent or time that you have that you could possibly be capable of helping someone else with? And it doesn't have to be this month or this week, or just something that you're good at. You know, are you good at soccer? Are you good at math? Is there something that at some point you could help somebody with? And I'm not going to ask you again, but if there is something that you have that you could share, raise your hand. Not everybody has something they're good at. I think everybody has something they're good at. So here's the next challenge of Shine On Week. I want you to think of something that you could do within the next 2 months that would actually help somebody else. It could be 10 minutes a day more with your grandmother and keeping her company. It could be helping someone on your soccer team kick the ball better. It could be helping somebody learn to read, a 6-year-old, an 18-year-old, whatever it is. Is there anything anybody can think of that they could do, literally do, to help somebody else? Raise your hand. Well, it looks like most of you would be very willing to help somebody else. So, all of this scholarship, now, David, myself, and Allie do not put all the funds in this scholarship. The scholarship comes from exactly what I'm talking about, of groups of people wanting to reach out and help others. And they've reached out to help you guys. I mean, it's amazing. $20,000 a year, and this is going to go on for a long time because they have raised a lot of money. Have any of you all ever been to a Shine On event? Swim-a-thon, golf tournament, 5K, a lot of you have. Okay, they're really fun, they're really great. We even had a friend who had a birthday party, and she put on the invitation, please don't bring gifts, send money to the Casey Shulman Scholarship. She doesn't know you guys, but she knows how important it is that you get a good education. So I'm gonna, we brought a friend with us today who is a friend of Casey's, and it's really hard for a mom to give you a good idea of her daughter. Sure, she was nice, she was kind, she was funny, she was silly, she was goofy. But Ishmael Musa, come on up, Ishmael. He went to Stewart. I met Ishmael 12 years ago. And when I met Ishmael, I volunteered at the school, and they asked me if I would help a new student with his reading. And I was like, sure. Does he speak English? Yeah, he speaks English, just needs help with his reading. It's like, okay, great. So I go and I meet Ishmael. Ishmael's 16 years old. Ishmael doesn't speak English. He speaks a tribal African language. Ishmael has never been to school before. He's 16. How many here went to elementary school? Okay. How many went to middle school? Okay. Well, Ishmael had never been in a school building. So, can you picture it? You come in, the bells are ringing, kids are running everywhere. It was quite chaotic. Now I'm going to jump ahead. He is now a master welder. But he's going to tell you a little bit about his friendship with Casey and how it was when he first came to Stewart.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Ishmael Musa. I'm from Sierra Leone, West Africa. I would just like to share a short story about my wonderful friend, Casey Showman. Before I met Casey Showman, I was already trying to make a decision of editing, not to come to school anymore, because the way that I've been feeling in my life, to be into a school you never been before, to meet people you never know before, how do that would work in your life? And to work at the cafeteria, you go to the cafeteria to get your lunch, you don't have no friend that will sit close to you, how hard is that gonna be? When I meet Casey Showman, the first time when Mrs. Showman introduced me to Casey Showman, she came to my life. Since then, I put myself back to continue to come to Jeff Stewart High School. Because the thing that Casey Showman will done for me. Casey Showman was standing outside in front of the door and wait for my boss to stop. When my boss arrived to school, Casey would go and get me outside and walk me into school, to my classroom. She would ask me to give her my schedule, to take me to my class with her beautiful smile, which is that keep me going. Casey will move me there, then Casey will take me, walk with me around the school, introduce me to her friends. And Casey will take me to the cafeteria and sat with me for some minutes and some time just to keep my company. Then after that, she will go back to talk to her friends in the cafeteria. Then when we finish it, Casey will walk me back to classroom. Then she don't stop there. Casey will wait when the bell rings. She will come back and stop at that school door to get me back. Ishmael, let's go to the library to get your homework going. And this is what Casey about, just about helping people. And Casey don't stop there. One time I was home with my brothers. My older brothers tell me, he talked to my mom and said, Mom, he said, Ishmael will never drive in this country. My mom said, why did you say that? He said, Ishmael cannot read, Ishmael can write. In America, you have to read signs, you have to go to take the test, to pass the test to get a permit, then before you can able to drive in this country. My mom told me that, and my brother told me that. When I went back in school, I sat with Casey. I don't know how she able to understand me, because I don't speak English, but she able to understand me. I sat with her, I told her, I said, Casey, this is what my brother told me. He said, I will never able to drive in this country. Casey said, Ishmael, that's not gonna happen. You will drive in this country, and you will be prosper in this country, Ishmael. And Casey bring ideas. She said, now what I will do is, I will get a way to make you flashcards. Casey prints all signs of driving signs and make a flashcard and put the word on the top. On the bottom of the flashcard, put the signs. And Casey taught me about this. And I'm able to master the signs. And I go to DMV to take this test. I pass this test, easy, I get my driver's permit. This is how Casey is wonderful, Casey. And it don't stop there. My older brothers, I call them, I tell them, I say, hey man, I say, I get my permit. They say, I don't believe it. I say, yes, I do. And I come home, he say, how do you get your permit? I'm a very smart guy. I go to college, he go to college. He said, I go to take the test, I fail the test. How you get it? He go like twice to get it. I said, well, I had a friend who's Casey Showman and helped me out and bring these ideas and make those flashcards for me that I've been studying with this flashcard. That's what I use to get my permit. He said, man, can you please give me those flashcards? I gotta send them to London to my wife to study those flashcards because my wife is gonna come to reunite with me. So my wife will able to study with this flashcard to come back and take this test so she can able to get a driver's license. This is what Casey about. She's a wonderful person, an amazing person. And she will do whatever she can do to give you hope. And I'm telling you, she's a person that I know. She even have a hope over my life and even the way that I have hope for myself. This is how wonderful she is. Because some things have been happening to me that I don't even believe I will be able to reach this goal, and she will stand there and tell me that she will make it happen. And indeed, I make it happen. Now I'm a welder, I have a job, I'm doing very well. Thanks, guys.
So you can all apply for this scholarship. It's open to all Jeb Stuart students. If anybody has any questions, we're here. Any questions? Yes?
Is it possible to nominate your friends?
Yes, that's an excellent question. We do have some nominating forms. If you think you know another student who you believe fits the bill of this scholarship, you fill out their name and you write a short paragraph about why you think they'd be a good candidate, why you think they deserve this $20,000 scholarship. And on your own scholarship application, you can fill out why you think you deserve the scholarship, and your teachers or references can also talk about why you think you deserve, why they think you deserve the scholarship. So it's eligible, it's open to everyone. We love hearing your life stories and your stories that you want to share with us about your dreams and what you want to do with your education. I'm going to end with one little thing that Ishmael told to me. We were talking the other day, and he said that one of his last phone calls with Casey, she called him from college, and it was late at night for Ishmael's standards. He goes to bed about 9 o'clock, and she said, "Ishmael, I'm working on a project, a school project. Can you help me?" And as he said to me, "Oh my God, college project. I haven't finished school. What are you talking about?" And she's like, "I need your help. I need your help." And he said, "Well, let me call you back. It's late at night." And he said he just couldn't go to sleep. And so he called her back, and she said to him, "Ishmael, I'm working on this project that's important to me. And I'm thinking about, and I need to know what you think, Ishmael. What would make the world a better place?" And Ishmael gave her some beautiful thoughts about love and caring for each other and taking care of each other. And that's pretty much how Casey thought. What can we do to make the world a better place? Thank you for having us here today. It's been really great.
If anybody has any questions, we have 2 microphones down here, so please feel free to come up and talk.
Do you all know how to apply for the scholarship? Yeah? Okay.
You gotta know.
I heard a no.
You heard a no? You go online, stewartfund.org. If you look on the Jeb Stuart website, I think it's stewartfund.org, and all the applications that Stuart offers is on there, and the Casey Schulman Scholarship is on there. Yes?
Is it limited to any grade level?
The requirements are that you have taken IB classes. You do not have to be a full IB student. We are looking for somebody who has a GPA of 3.5 or above. I will tell you, there's a committee who reads these applications, and our main criteria is how you live your life and what you do for others and those around you. That's what's the most important to us. Because we get it. There's challenges in life. Everybody can't put as much time into things as other kids can. Everybody can't be on all these teams or all this. They have jobs after school or whatever. So to us, it's very important how you live your life, how you treat others. Yes?
Do you have to be a senior to apply?
The question is, do you have to be a senior to apply? Yes. You do not have to be a senior to recommend somebody else. So you can recommend anybody, and we save those recommendations until that student is a senior. Yes?
When is the application deadline?
Deadline is April 14th. Anything else? Yes? Recommendation forms are part of the scholarship. So when you see that, and then you go to, I think you need 3 recommendations. Teachers, guidance counselor. Pardon me?
To recommend somebody else.
Oh, I have them here. I'll be right down here. You guys can come up front afterwards and get them. Yes?
Is the scholarship only given to one person?
Right now, the scholarship is only given to one person. This is the 4th year we're awarding a Casey Schulman scholarship. I don't know, the foundation is doing so well, I can't predict for the future. There might be more, they might be larger. I don't know, it's very successful and people are really behind the idea of disseminating this great spirit all around the world. So, right now, one $20,000 scholarship. Anything else? I just want to say that we have an absolutely amazing Shine On committee of students and teachers who work very hard to make all of this stuff happen for you all. So I'd like to give a big shout out to them for all of their creativity.
Stand up, Maria, Pace, any of you that are part of Shine On committee. I don't need the microphone. But I just want to give you a challenge, guys, during Shine On Week. We are in a very unique school where we have, I don't even know what the numbers are anymore, but way over 600 ESOL students, just like Ishmael. And I'm going to ask you guys that are sitting here who are non-ESOL students, have you ever thought of reaching out to just one person that's new to the school? I end up reaching out to the ones that I have a close connection to, like Christian and Julia, because they come in and they speak French, so we kind of glue together because of the language. But they need your help. Ishmael could have not made it without Casey. When I listen to Ms. Schulman every year, it just really, really burdens my heart to reach out to so many students. We've gone a long ways. We have leadership that we are involved in with Ms. Lilburn's class with ESOL students, getting to know a lot of them. It's fun to get to know them. They bring such joy. They are so into Shine On Week this year because they know what's going on because we've worked so hard to communicate it. So I challenge you this week, go up to somebody that is speaking another language than you and try to communicate that to them. Befriend them and pass on Casey's legacy. Thank you.
The application, come on up.